Hello students, standard 9. We completed the composition of the Rajya Sabha, qualification, disqualification. All these topics are completed in the previous video. Now today I'll be explaining you about the advantages of the Rajya Sabha. You have studied about the advantages of the Lok Sabha. The same manner we have the advantages of the Rajya Sabha. But at the same time, you have to remember that Lok Sabha is more powerful than the Rajya Sabha. Remember always that the Lok Sabha is more powerful than the Rajya Sabha. Apart from this, the Rajya Sabha has got some advantages. Now, what are the advantages the Rajya Sabha has got? As you know, that the president has a power to nominate 12 members in the Rajya Sabha. And these 12 members can be scientists, artists, literary person, social workers, etc. Okay, sometimes they feel shy of contesting the election. So they are nominated to the Rajya Sabha. This you will not see in the Lok Sabha. You will have these great people in the Rajya Sabha. Okay, and they are nominated by the president. The next you have the Rajya Sabha has got a state representation. Okay, the state can be given representation in the Rajya Sabha. It means that Rajya Sabha has got the state representation. How? The members of the Rajya Sabha, the members of the Rajya Sabha are elected by the members of the different state legislative assemblies. Okay, and that's the reason it is also known as Council of the State. The members of the Rajya Sabha are elected by the different legislative assemblies of all the states. All the states are having Vidhan Sabha, or this is also known as Legislative Assembly. So the members of the Legislative Assembly, they elect the members of the Rajya Sabha. Okay, and that's the reason it is also known as Council of State. So you see that the Rajya Sabha has got the state representation. Okay, next, the Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. Now, why we say Rajya Sabha is a permanent house? The Lok Sabha dissolves every after 5 years, but Rajya Sabha does not dissolve. It never dissolves. The Rajya Sabha never dissolved. You can see in case of emergency, when Lok Sabha dissolved, it shoulders all the responsibilities of the Union Legislature. Means it shoulders the responsibility of the Rajya Sabha as well as Lok Sabha in case of emergency. So during the time of emergency, what happens? The Lok Sabha dissolves. But Rajya Sabha shoulders all the responsibilities of the Union Legislature. What is the reason? Because it is a permanent house. Why we say Rajya Sabha is a permanent house? Because it never dissolves. The next you have Rajya Sabha can declare any of the subject in the state list to be a subject of national interest. Okay, means if the subject mentioned in the state list has got a national importance or the national interest, then it empower the Union Parliament to make a law on that subject. But when Rajya Sabha declare and take up that subject from the state list. Okay, why the Rajya Sabha is taking out the subject from the state list? Because it has a national importance or the national interest. The next, the most important, the Rajya Sabha can also decide by two-third majority, that is the rigid majority, to set up new All India service. So who set up the new All India service? It is by the Rajya Sabha. And how they decide? With the two-third majority. So you studied about the advantages of the Rajya Sabha, where I taught to you that some of the scholars, great scholars, they feel shy of contesting the election, so they are nominated in the Rajya Sabha by the president. Okay, then the state, it has got a state representation because the members of the Rajya Sabha are elected by the state legislative assemblies. Then Rajya Sabha is a permanent house because it never dissolves, and in case of emergency it shoulders the responsibilities of the union legislature. It can declare any of the subject of the state list to be a subject of national interest and empower the union parliament to legislate on the subject. And it also has a power to decide by two-third majority to set up new all India service. The next topic we have privileges of the members of the parliament. Okay, so what are the privileges of the members of the parliament? Freedom of speech and freedom of movement. Two privileges, the two facilities the member of the parliament enjoy, that is freedom of speech and freedom of movement. Now, what is freedom of speech? The members of the parliament have the freedom to speak out their views within as well as out of the parliament. Okay, so they speak within the parliament and outside the parliament. Who? The members of the parliament. Then freedom of movement. The members of parliament have a special freedom of movement during the session of the parliament. Okay, during the session of the parliament. So I hope you understood here. In today's class, you studied about advantages and privileges of the members of the parliament. In privileges of the members of the parliament, I explained to you two privileges. One is freedom of speech, another is freedom of movement. So please learn the advantages of the Rajya Sabha and the privileges of the members of the parliament. Thank you.